They look okay to me. Hello?
Well, are they done?
They sure are.
Describe them.
Describe them?
Describe them. I've made them before, so I'll know you're lying if you fail to mention the one thing that makes them different from other cookies.
Well, they're real thick.
Wrong. Unless you want Minette to throw a major hissy fit the next time she sees you, I suggest you try again.
They look okay to me. Hello?
Well, are they done?
They sure are.
Describe them.
Well, they're very round.
Wrong again.
I don't have anything worth baking yet. I think I'll throw this batch out. I think I'll throw this batch out. Must be the mint that makes their edges turn up like that. I'll just cool the cookies off on this rack and I'll be all done. Hello?
Well, are they done?
They sure are.
Describe them.
Well, their edges curl upwards.
Bingo! Nice going. Because of you, Minette is about to become a very happy camper.
That's finished. Been there, done that. Been there, done that.
Get the phone, please.
Minette's House of Design.
I need to speak to Minette.
I'm sorry, but she's unavailable.
Just get her on the phone.
She is unavailable.
Get her on the phone now.
Who is this?
Are you going to connect me with Minette or not?
No.
Wrong answer.
A stuffed parrot? The letters on this one look different than the letters on the others. That's finished.
Bonjour, mademoiselle. Welcome back. What do you like?
Guess I'm just not in a buying mood.
When you want to look again, just come back.
I will. Au revoir.
Au revoir.
That looks like Dieter. Wonder what he's doing. Hey, Dieter! Hi! No, wait! Dieter! Dieter! What did he run away for? That was weird. Looks like he left something on the bench. These must have fallen out of his pocket. Noisette Tornade. That's the woman who that historian was calling about. Why would Dieter be carrying this around?
Bonjour. What intrigues mademoiselle this time?
Well, let's see. Is this parrot very expensive?
The price is very reasonable. 20 euro.
Would you take half that? 10 euros?
Vendu. What else tickles the fancy?
I really don't want to buy anything right now.
Very well. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Au revoir. Now what?
You have to get them out of there!
Who? What happened?
This little box came from me, and when I opened it, all these bugs came pouring out. They're all over the place in there. You have to get them out before they lay eggs or something.
What exactly do you want me to do?
Just go in there and put them back in the box they came in. Carefully. Don't kill any of them. Nothing good ever comes from killing things.
Don't worry. I'll get them out of there for you.
Bless you.
Yuck! That must be the box they came in. Here, Buggy, Buggy, Buggy. This fabric is so strange. It's soft and metallic all at the same time. Ew! I thought working for a fashion designer was going to be glamorous. Nuts, I was this close. Oh my gosh, the letters in these fonts look exactly like the ones that were used in one of those threatening notes Manette got, which means Heather must have sent it. Shoot, I missed. Playtime's over, little guy. Poor girl. If I were an insect, where would I hide? That's finished. Gotcha! Oh, these guys are fast! Nuts, I was this close. Nuts, I was this close. Dear Miss Minette, the books on the women of the French Resistance, exploits of Noisette Trenade, because she owned the windmill which you now own. Oh, this is from that historian who called before. Maybe she can help me figure out why Dieter was carrying that obituary around. Here, Buggy, Buggy, Buggy. Hey! Minette! Open the door!
No, I'm not letting you out until you catch all the bugs.
Missed it.
I'm not going anywhere until you catch every single one of those bugs.
Say goodnight, Gracie. Nuts, I was this close. There, that has got to be the last bug. Been there, done that. You can open the door now, Minette.
Did you get all of the bugs?
Yes, Minette.
How many are there?
I don't know, 9?
Are they all alive?
Yes, Minette.
Are you sure you didn't kill any?
Positive.
And they're all in the box?
Yes.
Okay, listen. I want you to take that box to the park and let those things go. Only I don't want to be here when you come out. Probably the only thing those twisted little vermin are thinking about right now is revenge.
Minette, they're cockroaches.
Exactly! So I want you to count to 10, and then, and only then, are you to come out of there, all right?
Anything you say. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. What a nut job. Okay, guys, end of the line. You are out of here.
Did you get the stuffed parrot?
Here you go. What's it for, anyway?
It's a Minette thing. You wouldn't understand. No one would.
Why did you write Minette that threatening letter?
What? You think I wrote those letters?
I think you wrote at least one of them.
Can you prove it?
The letters on it match the memo you sent Minette about fonts.
Okay. Couple months ago, I got so fed up with her that I just had to get back at her somehow. I'd seen how upset those other letters made her, so I sent one of my own, but just that one. And I never intended to really do anything to her. I just wanted her to suffer. You know, emotionally.
Do you have any idea who sent her those other letters?
None, I swear. Look, you're not going to tell Minette about this, are you? There's really no need. It'll just upset her all over again. And she's so far behind as it is. And there's no telling how she'd take it out on me. Or on you, for that matter, just for telling her. So don't say anything to her, okay?
I'm gonna have to think about it. I'll see you later. Been there, done that. Been there, done that.
What?
Someone with a German accent called for you when you were fitting JJ, but he didn't leave a message.
Oh?
I got the feeling he'd spoken with you before.
I'm sure it wasn't important, so don't worry about it. What else?
Do you have any idea who sent you that box of cockroaches?
No. Probably just some idiot who has no understanding of how much I have to do and how long it takes me to do it and thinks the world revolves around him and what he wants and can't understand why people don't jump just because he snaps his finger. I mean, probably just some practical joker, that's all.
I'd better get back to work.
Good.
Hello?
Me again.
We're both on, Nan. What's up?
I had to deliver some prints to this fashion editor named Jean-Michel Traquenard.
What's he like? Bald, heavy-set, and approaching middle age.
That's right, Bess. How'd you know?
I told you, I have a sixth sense about these things. More likely it has something to do with all those fashion magazines you're constantly reading. I hardly ever read fashion magazines.
Do you ever read Glam Glam?
Ooh, I love Glam Glam.
Well, that's the one he writes for.
See? You probably saw his picture in there once and filed it away in your subconscious. Oh. How come my subconscious never seems to file away anything practical?
Anyway, when it comes to the Paris fashion scene, this Traquenard guy pretty much knows everything and everyone.
So he's pretty helpful?
Mostly he's pretty arrogant.
Well, anybody who does business out of a cafe can't be all bad. He does business out of a cafe? Yeah, Nancy just said that. Didn't you?
No.
Your subconscious strikes again.
Dang, am I good or what?
I told you guys before I left that I'd be rooming with Jing Jing Ling, right?
You mean you really are?
Yes.
We thought you were kidding.
What's she like?
Well, she likes to lie to people.
She likes to lie?
She says the acting practice that lying gives her helps her be a better model.
Be a better model, maybe. But a better person? I don't think so.
I took this very strange phone call from Annette. At least I tried to.
What was so strange about it?
The guy wouldn't give me his name, and he sounded very hostile, and he had a German accent. And, not long after that, some unknown person sent Minette a box of cockroaches.
Ew, yuck.
Tell me about it. They got loose all over her office, and she made me find them and put them back in the box.
Double yuck.
Did any kind of note come with them?
Nope.
Sending anonymous letters is one thing, but sending live vermin sounds to me like things are getting personal.
Yeah, let's just hope they don't start to get deadly.
It turns out that one of the threatening letters Minette got was sent by none other than her own assistant, Heather McKay.
You're kidding. Why would she do that?
According to Heather, it was a spur-of-the-moment thing. She said she got so fed up with Minette one day that she did it to get back at her. She said she never intended to hurt her, physically at least.
Do you believe her?
I guess.
Just be careful. Maybe Minette's wackiness is contagious.
That's it for now.
Keep us posted.
Talk to you soon.
Hello?
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Nancy, what's going on?
I'll check back with you later.
Au revoir.
Au rev. Ditto.
Modern European History, Lynn Manrique.
Hello, my name is Nancy Drew. I'm calling from Paris. Actually, I talked to you earlier when you tried to call Minette.
She's finally calling me back? Wonderful. Please, put her on.
I'd like to, but I'm afraid she's still too busy to talk to you.
Oh,
But if you don't mind, could I ask you a couple of questions about Noisette Tournade?
certainly.
How long did she live in the Moulin, where Minette now has her studio?
She lived there for 55 years, from 1949 to 2004. She sold it when she moved to Provence, which is where she passed away. She never married, you know. Very private person. She served as Paris's director of public works for more than 20 years, yet not one person has been able to tell me what her favorite color was.
Where did the accusation that she was a collaborator with the enemy come from?
From 1942 until the liberation of Paris, Noisette worked as a translator for the Germans by day and an encoder for the French resistance by night. This, as you might imagine, made everyone suspicious of her, both French and Germans alike. And after the war, things got ugly. Especially when people found out she was romantically involved with a German soldier. His name was Hans von Schwesterkrank.
You're kidding me. Was he by any chance related to Dieter von Schwesterkrank, the fashion photographer?
I'm afraid I have no idea. Hans left Paris right after the war and never returned, leaving Noisette to fend for herself. She was tried as a collaborator in 1946 and acquitted, but the experience left her quite bitter. You see, some people said that during the war she took various pieces of artwork, mostly from churches, and stashed them away somewhere so they wouldn't fall into enemy hands.
Were they recovered after the war?
The artwork remains lost to this day. No one knows exactly what Noisette took, or if indeed she took anything. In any case, Noisette was terribly hurt that the city she loved had turned on her like that. After her trial, she told the press that the truth of what she'd done during the war resided in her and in the person and place she loved the most. And that was that. She never spoke of her wartime activities again. I assume that the person she was referring to was Hans von Svesterkrank, who passed away a year or two ago, and that the place was her beloved Moulin, which is why I'm hoping Minette will allow me to visit it. Now, I've got a question for you. In the hours before she died, Noisette was said to have constantly muttered 3 words: red, left, green. Is there anything inside the Moulin that has to do with red, left, green? Anything at all?
No, but I'll keep that in mind and let you know if I see something.
I'd appreciate it. Any other questions?
What was the French resistance?
That was the name given to the various groups of men and women who did their best to undermine Germany's military occupation of France during World War II. Some would engage in strikes and sabotage, while others would collect and pass intelligence along to the Allies. Needless to say, their operations were highly covert and very dangerous.
What else can you tell me about the German occupation of Paris?
The German army entered Paris on June 14, 1940, and after France formally surrendered on June 22nd, the Germans controlled the city. They took whatever they wanted: food, supplies, houses, artwork, and dictated how Parisians were to live their lives. Naturally, their presence was deeply resented. Some people ignored the situation as best they could. Some collaborated with the Germans, while others, like those in the resistance, fought back until the city was finally liberated on August 25th, 1944.
After the war, when she was the director of public works, what kind of things did Noisette do?
She oversaw many of the services which the citizens of Paris enjoyed every day. Streets, bridges, parks, their maintenance all came under Noisette's purview. She particularly enjoyed putting various forms of art on permanent display in various public places, especially parks.
What's the story behind the Cross of Lorraine?
The vertical bar crossed by 2 horizontal bars is an emblem that was first used by Joan of Arc, as well as the Dukes of Lorraine in the 15th century. But during and after World War II, it became a symbol of the French resistance. Nowadays, it's not unusual to see it on statues or monuments commemorating the period in French history from 1940 to 1945.
What did you mean when you said Noisette was tried as a collaborator?
Collaborators were French citizens who not only failed to resist the occupation, but actually helped the Germans keep it going. Because Noisette had worked for the Germans as a translator and had a German boyfriend, after the war many of her countrymen automatically accused her of collaboration. When it was revealed that she had been a member of the resistance, instead of exonerating her, that just made some people think she'd been spying for the Germans too. As I said before, it was an ugly time, one which poor Noisette spent the rest of her life trying to forget.
Thanks for taking the time to talk to me.
It was nothing. Goodbye.
Sounds like someone's in the dark room. That's finished.